Hello everyone, it's me Rodrigo here. I'm gonna be streaming my full album of that I just finished recently, like a couple of days ago. Actually, I'm really excited about this. I know today the internet connection hasn't been that cooperative, so it's the weather as well, because it's been really freaking freezing cold, right? So I just want to say that first of all, thanks to everyone who has witnessed the different things, activities I have been doing musically lately, especially. But at the same time, if you knew me from a long time ago, you can actually witness a lot of things. Actually, the progress I've been trying to do in not just write music on my own. I've been learning to play instruments, especially in the latter years. But one of the fascinations that I had always was a passion for synthesizers. I was known as a metal vocalist, right? I like the soundtrack atmospheric music as well. So also I embrace keyboards, and then later on I kind of got into different sort of percussions and stuff like that, right? Like the djembe and things like that. And then eventually I started to kind of evolve that passion a couple of years ago by starting to play bass. And now that I play guitar, right? I'm kind of been introducing some drums here and there, but I'm not really sure yet in regards to the drums, because it's you just simply cannot play everything out there, right? But this album actually, what I tried to do, the goal with this music that I have written, actually, I revised a lot of tunes that I wrote in the past 13 years. And this album specifically, what happens with it is I always have been a soundtrack oriented, kind of for movies or TV series or things like that, or video games as well, right? For example, the other album that I wrote back in between 2011 until 2013, which was actually Arcade Land by DJ Nocturne, right? So what happens is I haven't put out an album since then, basically, right? But at this time, actually, I was going through my music mainly this year, and I want to end the year with a bang. Meaning that basically I just want to put it out there. I'm not going to wait any longer. This is perfect how it is. And also, this is not just only one album. It's going to be other albums I'm going to be releasing every certain couple of months, because I have so much music that I wrote in the past few years. So I just want to do that, and I want to share it with all of you. I'm going with no expectations of anything. You know, with that, a dream of, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some money out of it or anything like that. No, I just want to share the music, because at the same time we grow older. Right now, I'm 43, so it's not that I'm scared of how old I am or concerned about it. It's more about what exactly I'm really doing, or how long am I gonna keep that little secret of music that I'm being working behind the scenes while I have my free time or something like that, right? So this is one of these examples I want to share with all of you. And also this music is going to be available on Bandcamp, and it's going to be available on YouTube as well. Unless you guys want to actually, can suggest me any other pages I can share my music at, right? So the thing is, I put it in a single track that lasts for 45 minutes and a half. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you to many people actually, who witnessed my progress through the years, and how I embrace music, especially by learning different instruments and all of that. Especially my wife, Suji Yoon, who actually, she helped me out actually in the matter of releasing this album as well, because she was listening to, the progress, the things I was trying to involve in it, sometimes we do some sound checks, right? When I was playing the music for her live and all of that, and then I would record it, and then I say, hey Suji, check this out, this is how it sounds like, right? So everything, I formed my own studio in my own bedroom here, right? It's much warmer actually compared to the other location that I was going to do the setup for my recordings. So basically it's been nice and comfortable for that, that I can be able to relax, and also we can actually listen to the music much more carefully, right? With full concentration. So thanks to Suji Yoon for that. Also, thanks to my friend Will Denial, aka Dimitrios Maliaros, because he helped me out also with some of the sound tests as well. He witnessed the progress of the things I was trying to do with the music of it, and I would send the files back and forth about the different improvements that I was trying to add to it. And at the same time, he would be a great advisor musically. We would share ideas all together about putting all this together. Also, thanks to Greg Stewart, who actually, he's not actually online, he doesn't use social media, but I want to mention himself as well, because this guy, he has shared his thoughts. He's from a different generation, right? He's almost 70 years old, and he's actually 70 years old, and he has actually shared some of his passion for music as well with me, and giving me advice of the things I can do in order to form my own studio, right? Which is actually, that was a goal that I had since I was really young. I always wanted to have a kind of a big place where I can be able to play music, or how other people play music, this and that, right? So that dream is coming to completion, I would say. And at the same time, I want to thank to my entire family, especially my parents, Lucila Arenas and Lorenzo Raquio, rest in peace, right? Lucila is still alive. She lives in Chile. And I sent her a link to her about that I'm about to release the album, and I was even playing some guitar for her last week, because I wanted to show her exactly the things I'm doing in my free time, how I'm progressing with music from the distance, right? Now, yes, and also I want to thank my father, Lorenzo Raquio, as I mentioned before. He passed away back in 1996, and I would say this album in a way is dedicated to him, because this album is very personal. I go against the wind, against the grain of the whole thing of what is about music composition and all of that, especially the way I play my instruments, right? So in a way, I'm blessed in a way that I can pick up things really quick, but at the same time, I'm a little bit of a rebel when I try to do things on my own way, right, and carry my own direction. And also, I would like to thank all of my brothers, Lorenzo, Johnny, Luis, and Christopher Raquio, for everything, because when I saw you guys growing, you guys were exposing me to different styles of music, so that inspired me a lot, and that's totally amazing. So hopefully, they're watching this video as well. And the other thing, I wanted to also say hello to my stepsister, Maritza Vargas, who actually, I had the chance actually to reconnect much more with her in the past year, which is actually something incredible, and she has been wonderful with me. And I gotta say, to a lot of friends out there who witness everything, the progress of the music that I'm playing, I wanna dedicate this album to all of you, because you witness that progress, and that's the whole idea. And when you do something, you don't want to go with expectations of anything. You just do it, and you want to actually share the love for it, right? So there's a lot of people to thank on the list as well, right? But I want to be brief in everything, right? And basically, especially another thing, where if I had to talk to close friends, I would say Aldo Ferber, who taught me a lot about the metal music subgenres and all of that, back when I was in Chile, before 1999, before I came here to Canada. And also I want to thank Greg Sommer and Charlie Corrado, because what happens, they actually also have been very supportive friends I have had along the way. They have, we know each other for so many years. We build a friendship that is being so solid, and we're still in touch until this day, if we're ever busy, we always make time for ourselves to talk to each other. And also I want to thank Berto, Big House, who is another DJ friend of mine, who actually have been with him, sharing a lot of thoughts about music, because we, from time to time, we get together, and we get to actually to play music, and to share the passion for it as well, right? So everything that I have written in this album, it comes from the heart, and this is only one part of the two albums I want to release. The second album will come in the next couple months, because I'm still analyzing exactly what songs I'm gonna put on it. But I call it GeneSys because it's something that you pass on. It's a system that you pass on. That's how I see it. Not just the beginning of something in the personal life, but it's something that you pass on to others. So both when someone is a parent and passes a certain knowledge to their kids or something like that, or when you learn the best possible from someone, their skills or something like that, and then you want to share it, right? So it gets you cultivate that along the way in life, right? But this album, of course, is not for everyone. takes patience. I'm not gonna say anything else because I just wanna play the album right now and let you enjoy it. And at the same time, if you have the chance, please comment, like or follow my page and all of that, and comment on it. I want to know exactly what kind of feelings you feel when you're playing the music, what kind of emotions, and I want you to be open about it. Don't be shy. I'm totally comprehensible, like in all that matter. Myself with this album, I had to listen to so many times to it, like in order like to understand even like the concept, what I was trying to put all together, right, with these 8 songs that I wrote. And it was tough, right? Because sometimes, like, even producing, like, something sensation, hurtful. At the same time, like, it would make me cry sometimes. Like, it kind of, I went through a long process of grief after my father died, especially, right? And another friend of mine, Tim White, as well, who was a mentor of mine. Like, so I had a few people that they passed away in the latter couple of years as well, right? Like, so kind of I would say sometimes it puts me in a mood that, you don't know exactly like how to reflect to it, but I found actually music is the best tool actually like to put your emotions out there, and this is exactly what I want to provide to everyone. So hopefully everybody is doing well. I know like this month sometimes when it comes like to Christmas, like a lot of people, they tend to feel depressed as well, or I feel like a kind of like a colder sensation, just like the weather itself. But I want to say also like a kind of a, the whole idea is like to express your emotions, and you got the chance over here according to what you're gonna hear. You can write it down and send it to me and comment anything you want, totally. And I just want to say also, I want to say hello to my country, Chile. So, Viva Chile Conchetumare. So I just want to say like to a lot of my friends that are probably they're watching me because they like the page, so they might be following. And yeah, basically I'm just gonna play the song, the music, and I'll let you comment like whatever you want to say over there. Okay, so thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and I catch up with you very soon. Bye. Hello everyone. Well, that was the album that I wrote myself. As I say to you, it was a conquest of sounds, like a discovery of different things that I wanted to put together over the years. It's tough though, like sometimes fuck. To me, I had a hard time writing it. I had a very difficult time because like there were so many things sometimes that when it comes to composition of any kind, like sometimes painting, drawing, or music or anything like that, the way it sometimes like it tends to be looked down, like especially modern society sometimes, right? But also the struggles that you have to face in order like to put your integrity and soul, like myself, I try to work with what I have, and I always had this dream vision since I was a kid of the many things I wanted to do, and I grew up very different compared to a lot of people out there, because I always tried to do things my own way and be original and unique. And sometimes it's like you're just walking against the wind your entire life, and then you're basically walking against the wind. At the same time you have this strong force behind that pushes you just to keep walking against it until you get there to the limit, to the goal that you want to achieve. But it's so freaking tough, but it's still I bite the bullet and I just keep going, rolling with the punches, if you want to say anything. But and I know I do things very different than the rest, because in the sense that I try to be unique or influential, there are people that admire what I do. Others, of course, they think it's kind of unorthodox the way I live my life. But I think it's something very individual, right? So when I wanted to express this album, not just with the goal that it's gonna get somewhere, I put my integrity into it and soul. Just how a good friend of mine named Andres Castro, he said the whole idea of playing music, or when you hear some releases, you can tell it has integrity. And myself, I tried my best possible to put integrity into this, I kind of put my soul to it. I spend many hours. I never count the hours, because in the end, when it comes to the final results, you just care about the final results, and that's your main satisfaction. Especially when you go with no expectations at all, right? So nothing is promised. You just go and do things because that's how you feel at that precise moment. And at the same time, as I say to you, friends, family, a lot of people, that you go in stages in life and all of that, as the same process of that you got the right to change as a person or make decisions in anything that you are exposed to. It's very important actually that you still you don't change that, and you still have that soul alive, that you have always the will to do things greater and as much as you can, right? So this album, writing it, putting it all together, it taught me a lot of things. And I'm thankful. And every single title that I chose, whenever I always research about music, either metal or rock or pop or new wave, because I have grown up in the formation of listening to so much music along the way, right? And kind of for some reason in the latter years, especially now, I'm 43, and it seems kind of since my 40s, I've been kind of engaging, being kind of embracing music much more compared to what it used to be when I was much younger. I go this is really totally freaking making sense now. That sometimes you just have to live experience things in order to come to a conclusion and put it down on paper, if you want to say, or put it down on sound or video, whatever it is, right? But this is actually I really enjoyed doing this album, but at the same time it was painful, on the sense of putting it together, kind of playing the songs, and I just there would be tears running off my eyes, right? I would be like, fuck, man, like, how am I gonna go through this thing? I keep freaking crying the entire time when I'm trying to put it all together, right? Especially that song, All I See, reminds me a lot from back home, from Chile. And that song mainly is also dedicated to my father as well, since he passed away back in 1996, right? And many memories, they came all together. So it was a great experience. Like, I tried to make it on my own conceptual sort of album, right? Because the way I put all the orders of the songs, right? Like a kind of Celestial Visions, Lamentos de Medianoche, which means like a midnight lament, right? The Devil's Throne, All I See, The Winds of Autumn, and the Nyctophilian Chronicles, which is actually, it's more about my life at night. I always had this saying like about the Insomaniac, and one of the reasons why I call it the Insomaniac is because while you sleep, I create. So I have, for the longest time, I had trouble like sleeping. First of all, I'm a Cancer, I'm a water sign, so basically I belong to the night myself. I like to sleep, I like to rest, or sometimes I work really hard and then basically I feel like I put all my energy in 1 or 2 days on something, and then I just want to rest and catch up and recharge and then carry on, continue to what I'm doing. So I guess in my life, in a way, like it was based on that, I would say. Like it was a very kind of the devotion and passion I have put into music that sometimes, it doesn't look rewarding to many people, but actually it has a big reward, especially when you go with no expectations. I wanted to just put it out there. I go like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm ready. Like, I really want to do something that I always dreamed when I was a kid as well. I always enjoy like a horror movie soundtracks or any soundtracks that I can mention, for example, Blade Runner. Vangelis is a great influence of mine, right? I love Vangelis. The same like a Jean-Michel Jarre, or Jean-Michel Jarre. What is it, like a bands like a Summoning or Celtic Frost or anything like that. And different bands actually they came along the way that I grew up like listening to. I would say they inspired me like that, like especially watching movies. Like when I was a kid, I always enjoyed like what was going on in the background. Like why does it make this movie like the perfect chemistry between audio, video, like the visuals and all of that coming all together. It made it like many movies so special, so great, right? So that's been actually my way of discovering music, or and still studying or anything like that, right? So yeah, so I just want to say like I cannot be more thankful really, like because especially my parents that they brought me to life, and my older brothers that they influenced me a lot actually, like musically, like through movies and things like that, like and sometimes I wonder, like even I can talk to some of my brothers, I go like if I was that little kid, like many little kids, they get sometimes deprived from watching stuff that they are dedicated to adults, right? But myself, like I was just watching them along with them and learning new things and learning about music, and I'm thankful because like a lot of people out there, sometimes they get deprived from growing with certain things, or probably like just forming their own concept for originality or for uniqueness or anything like that, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna carry on no matter what it is, like even if I don't have that many viewers on the video, who the hell knows who is really watching this video, but I'm gonna post the link for YouTube because I'm gonna load the album right now. And you know what, I feel great that actually I accomplished this, especially before the end of the year. I wanted to get this done for once and all, because it was like the entire time for the past couple of years I was saying to Suji, you know what, I think I'm not ready to put the album out. I believe I'm ready. No, wait, I have to do something else, especially this year. Once I finish like setting up all my studio and the throne of keyboards and getting all these instruments behind me that I've been learning to play along the way, that really impulsed me. Like it's like I obtained this source of energy and power that just made me feel like don't be afraid of anything, just do it, like carry on no matter what it is, right? And just put it out there. What the hell, like there's no such thing like a kind of living a life with regrets. I don't regret doing this. Actually, I feel really accomplished. And I know like a kind of one way or the other, just not going with expectations, I can say that I can feel in peace that at least I'm leaving something behind that probably it might influence others out there to do their own thing as well. I think, I always believe that music is the soundtrack of our lives, and sometimes, like it doesn't have to be for the taste of everyone, but the music is there. It's out there. It's for whoever picks it up and enjoy it and produces something like an influence and inspire you like to do greater in life or anything like whatever it is that whatever your motto is, carry on. And because the music is made to share, it shouldn't be deprived like how many sources out there that basically they say like, oh yeah, we support music, but they doesn't really do it or doesn't let it share it. Like myself, I'm just an independent person, like I'm not affiliated with any sources of any kind. I just wanna basically play music, put it out there, and I don't have to restrict myself to anything. I can put the music out there whenever I have the chance, right? I'm willing to contribute or cooperate with people as well if they are interested, to take part of this as well, if they are interested, or in other projects that I have along the way. But I believe music is the best way of freedom to express oneself. And it was there, especially on the days that I was grieving for my father who passed away back in 1996. So that really marked me a lot, and especially in the latter years. My father, actually, believe it or not, it made a very a strong appearance in my life, because I tried to do things, for example, trying to run my market and everything, but it inspired me. It wasn't my driven force, and I was trying to think about the times in the past, actually, the things, the memories I have with him and all of that. So I believe actually there's nothing actually I'm fucking unstoppable. I'm gonna carry on with what I believe, no matter what it is, because in one way or the other, and thanks to the help of those out there close to myself, and you know who you are, I want to thank you, all of you, because I'm gonna be carrying on with the things actually I believe in, and this is dedicated to you, all of you. Take it or leave it, but it's there. It's recorded, and now I'm gonna go and post it and share it with the whole world, because music is made to share. So thank you so much for watching this, and you know what, as I say to you in the comments, you got the right to express your emotions. Don't let anybody to retain you. Either you cry, you scream, you yell, whatever, you smile, whatever it is, express your emotions, let it out there. Don't retain it. Don't think what the other people they're gonna say, because you know what? You don't live off opinions. You gotta live for what you believe, and basically, like I just stated, without stepping on the tops of other people. That's the whole idea. Go in peace, and do the best possible out there. You do what you can in life. We live only once, and you better give the best of yourself, when you have the chance. So thank you so much. This is Rodrigo Raquio saying hello to everybody. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and hopefully a great year to come, all right? No matter what's going on over here, take it day by day, step by step, and do the best of yourself, and be thankful that you are alive, that we are above ground. That's something personal, right? That's something that either you are thankful or not, but you gotta keep walking the ground, that we grow up on. So thank you so much for everything. Take it easy. Be well. Love you all. Bye.